It was past midnight and Alex sat alone at the bus stop. The streets were empty, the wind howled through the alleyways, and the streetlight above flickered erratically. He checked his phone. The bus was late. Then, a voice. "Hello?" Soft, distant yet somehow right behind him. Alex's breath hitched. He turned slowly. The alley was dark, empty. Finally, the bus arrived, hissing to a stop. He stepped inside, relieved. Just a few passengers, an elderly woman staring blankly out the window, and a man sitting in the shadows at the back. The driver barely acknowledged him as he paid his fare. Alex took a seat and leaned back, exhaustion pulling at his eyes. The bus rumbled forward, rocking gently, the hum of the engine lulling him into a half-sleep. Then, a whisper. "Hello?" His own voice. His eyes snapped open. The man in the back had moved. Closer now, just a few rows behind. His face was hidden in darkness, but his mouth was moving. "Hello?" Alex swallowed hard. The voice was identical to his. Perfectly identical. "Who the hell are you?" he muttered. The man leaned forward slightly, the dim light catching the edges of an unnatural grin. "You." Alex blinked. The man was gone. His seat, empty. The air in the bus shifted, heavy and suffocating. Alex whipped around. The old woman was gone too. Every seat was empty. He turned to the driver. Where did they go? The driver's voice crackled, warping like a broken transmission. "Where are you going, Alex?" Alex's stomach dropped. He never told him his name. Slowly, the driver turned his head. All the way around. His face was a blurred, featureless void. The bus screeched to a stop. The doors groaned open. "Get out!" Alex stumbled onto the cracked pavement. The bus pulled away and vanished into the mist. He looked around. This wasn't his stop. The street stretched endlessly, lined with identical houses. No lights, no sound, just a suffocating fog creeping along the ground. Then he saw it. A figure standing in the distance, his own face staring back. The copy's mouth was grotesquely stretched open, a black void inside. "Hello?" it whispered, voice warped, echoing unnaturally. Alex staggered backward. The copy stepped forward. A second echo followed, then a third. He turned. Another copy behind him, then another, and another. They surrounded him, mouths open, eyes empty, echoing his every breath. Panicked, Alex bolted toward the nearest house, the door swinging open under his weight. He slammed it shut behind him, locking himself inside. The house was ancient, abandoned. Dust hung in the air, thick and stale. Then, a sound from upstairs. Alex grabbed a rusted fireplace poker, his heart hammering. Step by step, he moved up the creaking staircase. The hallway stretched too far, longer than it should be. At the end, a door stood ajar. A dim light flickered inside. He pushed it open. Inside was a mirror. Just a mirror. His reflection wasn't moving. Alex's breath hitched. Then, his reflection grinned. The glass shattered outward. Hands, his hands, shot from within, grabbing him, pulling him in. He thrashed, screaming, but the surface was like liquid swallowing him whole. Darkness, silence. Then, a bus stop. Another young man, late at night, scrolling on his phone. The wind howled. The streetlight flickered. A voice echoed softly from the alley behind him. "Hello?" The end.